You ever just stand in your bathroom at night, staring at a spool of dental floss? I mean, I know I should do it. I know exactly how to do it, but I don't.
Yeah, and it's funny how we usually frame that as a failure of character, right?
Right. But looking at the research for today's deep dive into the Fogg Behavior Model, it turns out my bathroom setup is just bad design.
It really shifts the blame entirely.
Hmm.
Because if you aren't flossing, it's not because you're lazy, it's because the behavior design failed. Fogg's model frames this as a solvable engineering problem rather than, a moral failing.
Which is such an optimistic way to look at it. And our mission today is to understand the core formula behind this, which is B equals MAP. Behavior equals motivation, ability, and prompt.
Exactly. And I think where most people get it wrong is treating those three like a checklist. They aren't additive, they are multipliers.
Oh, that's a huge distinction.
It is the crucial nuance. If any single variable is zero, the behavior is zero. You can have high motivation and high ability. You really want to do it, and it's super easy. But if there's no prompt, no trigger to act right in that moment, nothing happens.
Okay, so that explains why I forget to drink water even when the bottle is literally sitting right there on my desk. If I don't see a cue, the behavior equals zero. But what about motivation? Because we tend to rely on that get pumped feeling to change our habits.
And the research suggests that's actually the least reliable variable. Fogg calls it the motivation wave. It's biologically unstable.
It spikes when you buy the gym membership on January 1st.
Yeah, but it inevitably crashes when you're exhausted on a Tuesday night. Relying on motivation is like building a house on quicksand.
So if motivation is that volatile, the smart move is to manipulate the ability variable instead.
Yes, and this is the core of the tiny habits approach. You essentially drag the task down the graph until it sits below the action line. That's the curved threshold where ability meets motivation.
Meaning, if a task is radically simple, you can do it even when your motivation is completely flatlining.
Exactly. It's all about optimizing friction.
Which is actually a perfect parallel to our sponsor, Embersilk. You know, in our personal lives, we simplify habits, but in business, we use tools to increase organizational ability.
Right, because you aren't trying to just motivate your team to work harder. Embersilk uses AI agents and automation to make those really complex tasks radically simpler.
Yeah, by removing the friction of manual workflows, they basically increase the ability score of the entire company.
So if you're looking to uncover where AI agents could make the most impact for your business, definitely check out embersilk.com for your AI needs.
Now, we should probably close the loop on the third variable prompts. We said if the prompt is zero, nothing happens. But the sources identify three distinct types: Spark, Facilitator, and Signal.
And using the wrong one is actually worse than using none at all. It's all about context.
Right, so if I'm highly motivated but the task is hard, I don't need a cheerleader. I need a facilitator. Something that makes it easier, like a one-click checkout button online.
Exactly. And if you're motivated and the task is easy, you just need a signal. Just a simple reminder.
But a spark is different.
Yeah, a spark is designed to motivate. So the mistake product designers make, or even we make with ourselves, is using a spark when we already have motivation.
Which is incredibly annoying. It's like a navigation app screaming at me to turn left when I'm already sitting in the turn lane. I don't need the hype, I just need the direction.
Exactly. It creates friction instead of flow. But when we look at this autonomously, it's incredibly empowering. We become the architects of our own behavior. Instead of beating yourself up, you just diagnose the breakdown.
It's so optimistic because it's completely actionable. If I'm not running, I don't need to yell at myself. I just need to put my shoes in front of the door as the prompt and decide to only run to the end of the driveway for the ability part.
Yes, you designed for your lowest motivation day, not your best day. You aren't fighting human nature, you are surfing it.
I love that. So here is a provocative thought to leave you with. Pick one habit you're really struggling with right now. Stop trying to just want it more. Instead, ask yourself, how can I make the first step 30 seconds shorter?
Start right there and just see what happens.
If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe to the show. Hey, leave us a 5-star review if you can. It really does help get the word out. Thanks for tuning in.